Right, welcome to another edition of the Borough Briggs Beat. We're actually in the Red Door Lounge tonight. We've been kicked out of the boardroom. So we're upstairs. We've got Borough Briggs as a backdrop. It looks absolutely iconic. And we've got the two guys here. So our special guest tonight, it's a goalie special edition. We've got Tom McHale, who I'm going to refer to as Tam from now on. And we've got Tom Ritchie, who I'm going to refer to as Tom from now on, okay? Cool. So we've got the whole Tom-Tam thing sorted out. I mean, it's not really that confusing, but for me, that's confusing to have two people with the same name. So
look the same as well, so it's hard.
Not far off. Same height, same build.
So how you doing? Fine?
All good, yeah.
Yeah,
all
looking
good.
forward to training tonight?
Yeah. Ready to go.
Excellent. Right, we'll just kick off. I was going to start with, what age were you both when you first, or do you remember when you first started playing goals? And what was the motivation to be a goalkeeper? Or were you one of those that started outfield and then got punted in goals?
I started outfield and my brother just chucked me in goal one day, chucked a pair of gloves at me, and that was it. That was when I was 10, so 20 years later now.
20 years later, wow.
Because we'll come to it later, but you've just had a big birthday.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
20 years, thanks very much. 20 years later, I'm still playing in goal, which is mental, but so I blame my brother for that.
Right. You just wanted to blast balls at you?
Aye, that's it. Yeah.
So I was 3, I think.
3?
3, yeah. That's what my dad says anyway, because mind he just bought me a pair for Christmas and I just got chucked in goals and he used to take shots against me, so I really had no choice. But
so you've no other memory
it's quite
other than
hereditary,
playing
he was a
goals?
goalie as well. He was a goalie as well, so I didn't really have an option. Right. But
your dad whipping them in the stand when you were 3 years
old.
old.
Dive, man. Move your feet.
Right. So you've never played outfield either? Is it any
I
level
did. I
school?
played outfield. I
played
was
outfield for
10,
school
and
as
then
well,
I played outfield when I was at 18 as well for an under 18s team.
Okay.
So played up front. Big Ginger Haaland. Not
Yeah.
bad. Goals.
I used to muck about centre back from my school team.
Yeah. Think with magic
The
players.
captain's armband and that as well for Elgin Academy. I used to play centre back.
Big up.
But it was so bad because, you'll know as well, but I was trying to go and time my headers. But see, for us, we obviously catch the ball way higher than you header it. So I'm going up to header these things. The ball's going over my head every time. Sending strikers one on, the goalie's going, put it on him. I'm going, strikers one on one.
Brilliant. Good stuff. We'll come on to goal scoring goalies later. I don't know if either of you have scored a goal. Have you?
Nah.
I was doing a wee bit of research.
Plenty in training, but
Yeah.
Not many in games.
There's one guy, I was just checking, scored 63 goals in his career. He was a penalty taker.
Is that the Brazilian boy? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got...
Rogerio
no,
said
Jose
he took free
Luis
kicks.
Chilavert.
He's a
Argentinian. Or was he Colombian?
the boy that makes all the crazy saves.
Rennie Higg.
No, that's the other boy. That's a Colombian.
That's a
We'll come on to
Colombian
him,
boy.
the Scorpion keeper.
Yeah.
Aye. I want one of you to try that. Not in a game, but maybe in training one time. And
I think that's what Gord's got on the night.
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah,
Maybe
Scorpion saves.
Maybe a
training.
few clips of that tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do that every week, don't we? Just in case.
Aye.
I think Alan would ban that with the risk of
Got
another injury.
practice for everything, ain't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Prepared for every situation.
good stuff. Right, so we established what age you both started being keepers. As you were developing as keepers, who were the keepers you looked up to and admired at that time, either on the telly or in the flesh?
We're different generations now. It's mental.
It's really interesting. Different generation to me.
I was prime at when I was younger. You're talking Van der Sar at United. As I was getting older, he was magic. Obviously, Casillas and Buffon. Dida was another one.
Is Buffon still playing?
Is
he just
he retired about 2 or 3 years ago, I think, didn't he?
Yeah. But he was
even
45,
Oliver Kahn, early 2000s and that. And then, as it went on, Artur Boric as well at Celtic. He was the man.
Okay.
He was just crazy, but he was a brilliant goalie as well. So
he was it the holy goalie?
yeah.
Not sure that was a bit of a religious thing for
he was a mad one, but more like Casillas and Buffon and that back in that era for me. Yeah. So that's sort of the goalies that I used to like to watch. Because
we've established you're a wee bit younger than Tam.
Yeah.
So
what is the age difference? I don't even know.
Well, you're 22, aren't you?
8 years.
8 years. 8 years.
Don't need to go there.
It took for him to remind me of my age for me to figure it out. Who did I watch? My earliest memory when I was really young was probably Casillas as well.
Right.
Probably Casillas. Neuer sort of came in about towards the end of Casillas, and I sort of watched Neuer for years. I think he's been one of the best goalies in the world for a long time now. And then as of recent, I liked watching Al McGregor play. Similar sort of build to me. I've actually met him and stuff. So when I met him, I obviously took a bit of a liking to him and stuff.
Right.
I like quite watching David Raya just now as well.
Aye.
He's been really good.
Arsenal.
So agile and stuff. It's insane.
I think if you're looking like a typical goalie that you'd write down it's like Alisson, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Like Alisson's just everything.
Good at
You'd
everything.
want in a goalie. He's so good at everything. But
same as Neuer, really, innit? Like that's why I always thought about Neuer growing up. He's like he can do everything. There's not got any flaws, really, does he?
And he was classed as the first kind of sweeper keeper, mopping up at the back.
He created it almost, didn't he? He created that whole generation.
Emerson just walked in and took that over from Neuer, didn't he?
Yeah.
Madison's ridiculous, isn't he?
Yeah, brilliant.
He is.
Yeah, he was. I think when you're talking modern day, Edison's the one.
I hadn't even heard of him. See, before he came to Man City, I hadn't even heard of him as well.
He was he was second choice to Oblak, wasn't he, at Benfica or something?
He was also second choice
to Oblak. He's a great keeper. I'm surprised he's never been to the Premier League. But
I think just because he's in the La Liga, it's obviously a world class league, but you don't really watch a lot of it over here, do you? You don't see a lot of it. You see clips and stuff, you go, it's amazing, but
yeah.
You don't really watch
to your mind, I mean, passing and distribution's a big part of being a goalie nowadays. Is Ederson? And I'll just fess up to that. I sent the guys some notes and I called him Emerson. So
the Brazilian left back.
But Ederson, I mean, is he the best passer of a ball you've seen playing goals?
Yeah, well, I mean, not that I've seen firsthand, but in terms of watch and stuff, I think it's
long range is ridiculous.
Passing's ridiculous, but it's not even because obviously there's a lot of goalies that can execute the same type of pass he's playing, but it's just. Sorry, not execute it, but play the same type of pass. But it's the way that he executes it, and he knows what his players are going to do, and he knows
he's literally he plays like a centre mid.
He does.
He's so good at
the players know what he's going to do with the ball as well.
His range of passing as well is ridiculous. You'd suck everyone in, everyone steps in, presses, and he just booms one, and Haaland's through 1-on-1. And it's not just it's luck; it happens.
It's just
all the time.
1 or 2 steps, and the ball's the pitch. It's crazy. It's ridiculous.
Technique's ridiculous.
So having said all that, why have they just got rid of him then? He's away to Turkey, isn't he?
Aye.
Strange generation comes in. I think it's just
isn't he that old? For the goalie.
They've gone for Donnarumma though, haven't they? He's 26 now, so he'll be coming into his prime. The boy Trafford's a little bit younger as well. They're just wanting to try and find the next one, probably.
It's one of them as well. I think Ederson's been there so long. He's won the Champions League, the Premier League. He's probably looking to just get the next step in his career, whether or not anyone thinks it benefits him. It's whether or not he thinks it benefits him. And he probably thinks now I need the next step, which is whatever it is for him, whether it's settling down, because he must be about 32 now, is he? 33, Ederson?
I think he's maybe just coming.
So he's
just over 30.
Yeah. I'm actually not sure how old he is.
It's a new challenge, isn't it? He's came over here. He's won everything he needed to win.
Won the treble in
played
England,
a big part in it as well. Ridiculous. It's not like he wasn't doing anything in games. He played a big part in it. So new challenges for him.
100%.
Aye, absolutely. We're talking about the modern goalkeepers, but I was looking back there. Can you? I mean, you're both young men, so you probably wouldn't have seen any of this. But can you imagine a time where goalkeepers didn't wear gloves? They wore woolen jumpers. The balls were heavy with laces in them, and if a forward challenged you and knocked you over the line, it wasn't a foul. I mean, have you ever looked at history or thought about that?
That, didn't you? Like the Damned United films like that, and
I've never really I've never thought about it until you said it there, and doesn't sound great, does it? It doesn't sound.
The only goalie I think I've ever seen make a save without his gloves was Ricardo.
Right.
In goal. Mine, was it
Brazilian? Was he Brazilian?
Nah,
as well?
was it Euro 2004?
I took his gloves off
for the shootout, and he saved the pen with his gloves off. Then he went and scored the winning penalty.
Yeah,
that's the only goalie I've ever seen take his gloves off. But obviously, your era is going further back, so I don't know if you've seen any.
Just to remind you,
I'm an old fart.
Just to remind you,
I go back
to make myself feel better.
I go back to the 70s.
Trying to make myself feel better.
Well, because I just checked, believe it or not, Alan Rough was the only goalkeeper that didn't wear gloves at the 1978 World Cup for Scotland.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Aye.
I suppose if you're I'm not sure how old he would have been there, but if you've played your whole life not with gloves and then you go with gloves, you might just just whatever suits you in it. I think
it's just the same as us. If we've trained our whole life with gloves. If we took our gloves off now, it'd be so weird.
Yeah,
I was going to say, have you ever played a training session or anything with gloves for whatever reason? No, or a game?
No, because even when you obviously forget your gloves sometimes to train. Everyone's done that. Do you know what I mean? But you always just borrow someone else's gloves. It's not
when you're a kid, it's not every kid nowadays carries a pair of goalie gloves with them as well, don't they? Do you know?
Even the kid that's not playing in goals, but he's carrying it for someone else.
Yeah, they like to play in goal and do a bit of that as well. So
there's always a pair kicking about.
Yeah, it's wild.
I
can imagine it.
Aye, couldn't wear Gordon's though, could be.
No, jeez.
I think the first gloves were made of wool or leather, which I mean, none of your modern latex.
I think the gardening gloves, weren't they? They were that's what they were like. The gardening gloves,
massive long sort of wrist and
with a big leather ball as well.
Yeah, check that.
We're very lucky. Aye.
Well, we'll come on that. And just to keep on the kind of historical theme, again, I'm sounding like an old fart here, but I was looking back and have you boys heard of Bert Troutman?
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of him?
Aye, yeah.
He was one of that era. He's really interesting. You should read up about him.
Bert Troutman.
He's a prisoner of war.
He was a German prisoner of war. He was a former Nazi paratrooper,
Uh-huh.
and he got captured during the war. Came over to UK, was held here, decided to stay. Ended up playing over 500 games for Manchester City.
Yeah. He'd left the prison. This is my history coming out now.
Mm-hmm.
Left the prisoner of war, then he went to. I think he played for St Helens or something, didn't he?
Aye.
Before he went to City, so he played local, and then City signed him, and he played hundreds of games for City.
And he broke his neck in the 1956 FA Cup final and played on with a broken neck.
Yeah.
And they won 3-1. He broke
That's
2 or
hardy.
3 vertebrae in his neck.
That's hardy.
That just shows you how hard the war is. Then, you know what I mean? Broken
Aye,
necks,
that's
getting on
it,
with
yeah.
And he wasn't wearing gloves either.
Yeah. Wow.
Some man for that.
You should go and Google him later
well,
on. It'll be interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll look that up.
I never knew his entire history. And while we're on the subject of goalkeepers from the past, we touched on it earlier about the Scorpion goalkeeper. You weren't born when he actually
No, but I've
did
seen
it.
the clip.
Have you seen the clip?
Aye,
I
watched that a
think
million
it's
times.
actually you'd have been born.
You still
it was
see it now
30
popping up in your feed,
Aye,
don't
still
you?
because I think
Best
there's a-
ever save.
Yeah.
I think there's a documentary about Higuita recently because it was 30 years since he did that at Wembley.
Oh, right.
Scorpion kick save from.
It is so iconic because what are you doing?
I know, yeah.
It's like a floated ball,
Yeah,
and it
and he
was
just
going
goes-
towards the top of the goal, and he had plenty of time to get ready. But I mean, he wasn't the biggest goalie, and he did that flip and saved it with his legs coming back over his head.
Yeah, he's made a name for himself for life for that.
See,
hasn't
sometimes
he?
when I watch
So-
it, I actually think like the boys took such a bad shot that you think I'm going to humiliate you by doing this.
Yeah.
Like that's generally what I think he's done.
Yeah, it's like when boys tried to chip you in training.
Yeah,
and
then you
catch the ball and you
just
just boom it.
boom it away.
It's
aye.
like, yeah.
I know.
But it's ultimate
It's like that.
showboating, that, isn't it? I
Ah,
mean, I
it
suppose
is,
it is showing a bit of disrespect, isn't it, to the opposition player to do that. But
Goalkeepers can't really do that often, though. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
you can't.
There's
You
not
can't.
really much time for show.
Especially when you're in a position where you need to be calm and
Yeah.
all that, do you know what I mean? You can't really be getting the heart rate up too much.
yeah,
I think I tried that.
And he also scored 43 goals in his career.
Yeah, it's wild. I didn't know
But
that.
I think
until
he
just
took
now.
free kicks and pens again. So
Must have been such a bad team that.
Aye,
Such
yeah,
a bad
he's
team
taking
outfield
pens,
as
aye,
Reece on the
that's
pens.
it.
Imagine the striker winning a pen, the goalie's running up.
Mhm.
Here he goes.
yeah.
One son.
Right, we'll bring it closer to home and we'll talk about Elgin City and this season so far. It was I think the phrase it's been used, a sticky start in the Premier Sports Cup and then in the league as well. But the last 3 games, there seems to have been a wee bit of momentum building, and you've had back-to-back clean sheets, Tom. So from that point of view, do you feel a shift in things starting to take off?
Yeah, I think obviously just a few new signings and obviously like myself as well. And I think it just takes time for all the boys to gel and stuff. And I think obviously like the Premier Sports games that we had were hard games. And like if you look at it, like I don't think anyone else had like a harder run of games. We had Inverness, who'll probably go to win the league. One we had Wraith Rovers, who'll be up there for the championship.
Aye.
East Kilbride, who'll be up there in our league. So we had a really St Johnstone as well, who should probably win the championship, who are top of the championship now unbeaten. So we had a tough run of games. So I think obviously like, you're trying to just get a win before you go into the league, ain't you? Like because obviously you want a win behind you before you go into the league. But we've done well in the Evolution Trophy thing that's came up. We've obviously won 2 games and we've managed to keep clean sheets. So obviously I hope we can just take that into Saturday now, and I guess certainly feels a bit like more freshness to us now, doesn't it? Like now that
it's just getting that,
now that we've
first
got a win. Yeah,
it's
we've
getting
got
the
a win.
first win in the league. Do you know what I mean? It's I think out with the camp, it sort of becomes like a bit of a hurdle, and people maybe start talking, thinking, when's it going to come? When's it going to come? But in the performances the last 2-3 weeks,
Nothing to worry
it's
about.
just literally just there, you know. And obviously a good result Saturday against a team in the league above, and I think we made them look.
It could have been more than one.
Yeah,
I think we
should have
just
been
nullified
3 or 4
the whole
nil,
game. We should have had 3 or 4.
We had a quiet game. Like
They had a
didn't
really good save, really good block in the last minute as well to make it 2. And obviously Josh has come in and started scoring goals. 4 and 5 is it for him now? And
4 and 5 games.
and it was good to see Kane getting a few goals a couple of weeks ago as well. So hopefully boys will be chipping in from everywhere and
Just putting little things together in it. Just putting little things
yeah.
together.
Aye.
Yeah.
And obviously for us, getting clean sheets as well. It's
massive, yeah.
You boys shared the gloves for the Premier Sports,
Aye.
and then you started in the league and that, and came in. I mean, we'll maybe touch on the dynamic between the two goalies, because I mean, it looks like you guys have formed quite a quick and instant bond. Have you?
Yeah, no friends.
Did you? Did it click?
I knew Tam before. Like we sort of knew each other before, did we? Like we spoke. Like didn't really know you, but like we'd spoke.
You've
like
been here
like,
a few times.
When I came Borough Briggs a few times to play against Elgin, like I'd spoke to him and all this. So yeah, like, obviously knew you coming in. So then, like when I came in, I obviously spoke to people about him, and obviously everything they've said is what he is. You know what I mean, he's a top guy. So I've came in and like he's been brilliant with me coming in, which is really important because sometimes you can go to a club because the goalie spot's very competitive, isn't it? Like,
listen, it's competitive.
You both need to be like
you cannot
working. You know what I mean?
you cannot be sort of against each other.
Nah.
You've got to be working together.
Yeah.
And you've got to be on the same page with everything. And obviously, I'm delighted
because it's proved last season you can get injuries. You can also get sendings off. You had to come on, and Tom got sent off at St Johnston.
Cheers.
That's it.
I won't remind the score.
Cheers, mate.
So you came on. You got injured last season, out for five months with a bad one. So. You need two quality keepers at a club,
that's it. And obviously last year we had Aiden come in. Aiden done brilliant. And I came back and played 5 games after that injury. So coming into this season as well, I hadn't really played many games. And then obviously we shared the Sports Cup. I played the first few games, but Tom's come in and done brilliant now. So listen, it's a competitive position, but we're going to work together to make sure we get results. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to all of us. Do you know what I mean? It's part of being a goalie. You've got to take your opportunities when you get them, and
100%. And obviously, we've got ambitions for this season and stuff, and where we want to finish as a team and stuff. So if we're fighting against each other, not getting on with each other, it's not going to do the team any good as well.
Like the training environment, that's magic.
Brilliant,
like,
yeah.
Obviously, last season was tough because I was coming back from injury. Young boys were obviously coming in to help us with training as well, but Aiden wasn't up every session because he's a lone boy. You know, he can sort of come up as and when. But now to have 2 senior goalies at training every session.
Locally,
Plus we've got Cole who's out on loan. So you can count
in.
Cole as a senior goalie. Then you've got young boys coming in to train with us as well. It's only going to get better for the development of the goalies here. And local boys, you know what I mean? Because obviously you, Cole and the young boys, you're all from Elgin.
Yeah, we all stay
you're an Elgin lads.
You know, and I'm 8 years in here now, so we're all really local boys now. So it's
good.
We're having a good sort
and
of...
it's proved with the outfield players, you need a big squad, you need competition, because at the moment Elgin again seems to have a bit of an injury crisis where 8 or 9 senior boys out injured at the moment as well. So
I don't know where it's mad. It was the same last year. Just seemed depleted. But listen, the boys coming in doing a job in positions maybe they're not playing week in, week out. Like Soapy's played what?
3 or 4 positions.
Right back, centre back,
right back, midfield.
You know what I mean? Boys are playing out of position every week, and we're still performing well and still starting to push to get these results. So it's a whole team effort. You know, we all need to be in it together. So
on the positive side, Rusty's come back in the last couple of games off the bench, and you can tell what a lift that gave everybody with Rusty back in.
It's
Rusty
weird.
just brings so much.
It's weird for me because I've obviously I've not really seen him. I played against him last season, and he was I thought he was really good against Bournemouth. That's all I'll say. I thought he was very good, and then
whipped one right in the far corner. Come on.
And then obviously when I came in, I didn't see him, but then when I've watched him last few games, even back in training, he just brings a standard that makes everyone rise above him as well.
Energy as well. He brings so
got
much
an
energy. Do you
engine
know
on
what I mean?
him,
He just runs and runs and runs, and when you've got someone like that in your team, you're going to want to work towards that and
100%.
do that as well. So
can play a huge part in where you end up at the end of the season, can't it?
Exactly. So hopefully we'll come back in and stay fit, chip in with a few goals, and just kick on from a bit of an annoying injury for him.
And how does the dynamic work between you guys at training and then on a match day? Because I mean, in terms of how you support each other and help each other as well in terms of drills and warm up and whatnot.
It's just the same as training as it is on a match day, really. Obviously one's playing, one's not playing, and the person who's playing is obviously ready for the game. The person who's not playing is obviously just got to support them. Whether they're happy or not, you just got to support them and stuff. And I think training's really good. Training's I've loved training. I think it's brilliant. I think it's the best of both worlds because you're both pushing each other, but you're also enjoying working with people and you're having a laugh and all that in between drills and all that. And then when the drills happen, it's fully focused and we're all trying to help each other in the stuff that obviously I can learn a lot from Tam because he's played so many games and he's a lot more experience than him. So I'm learning a lot training with him, learning a lot from Gordy, the goalie coach. So it's all like
that must be good for Gordon. Tom, sorry, Tom. That must be good for Gordon to have two the senior goalies both at training.
Aye.
Week in, week
That's
out.
what we're saying. It just brings the training standard up so much. Because like Gordon's got high standards himself. Do you know what I mean? He's well, me and you were saying we've not seen a goalie coach up here like that. Yeah, especially at the level we're at. Yeah, we're part time. We train 2 nights a week, but the stuff that he puts into our sessions is
it's so detailed. It's insane.
So detailed, and everything he breaks down, he breaks it all down statistically for you over a month, like with the games you're playing and your performances and the standard of your performances. He marks everything on the bench. Every game, he's got his iPad out marking every single action you do in a game.
All right.
So we're getting the best.
I didn't realise that.
That's the things that folk don't realise, isn't it? Like it's because like when I came here, I didn't like expect it. Obviously, like I'd spoke to him in the summer, and when I came off the phone to him, I thought, whoa, like that's top stuff. And then obviously when you come here and you see it all, and you think, wow, like you like, but it's stuff that like the fans are like some people won't see. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't see that side of it. But when like you actually obviously see it like on the bench or wherever it is, and you see like he really is like puts everything into it. It's proper detailed and all that. So.
Right, okay.
He's so specific as well, doesn't he? He picks up on like the smallest details and then he'll put that into the next session. Nothing's ever the same as well, so we're not sort of repeating too much what we're doing, maybe doing it in different drills in different ways, but everything, that's what we're saying, like the training environment's so much better because we can have a laugh, we can enjoy it, but we know at the end of the session we've done something that's going to be valuable to us. So
and he's just an honest bloke as well. Do you know what I mean? Like he just says it how it is. Like see if you do something in training that's not good enough, he'll just tell you that's
aye.
Doesn't beat he doesn't beat around the bush. He's straight to the point.
If he says and he goes like, "Why are you doing that?" and you go, "Actually, I don't know." And makes you think about it and stuff. So, but at the same time, when you do something well, he goes, "That's really good." Like, do you know what I mean?
It's not just like one. It's a
perfect balance.
Yeah, it's a really good balance. So he's making us better goalies,
100%.
and it's a big help for the young boys as well. Seeing a goalkeeper coach at his standard as well. So.
He's not the biggest goalie coach in the world, though. I mean, he was a goalie himself, but he described him. I think I interviewed him, and he said, "I was a good wee one." That's how he described himself.
We do call him wee man sometimes.
In
sessions. He gets a crack with us though. He enjoys it.
That's like doesn't bother him. It doesn't bother us. I mean, like you don't even notice it because you just don't notice it at all.
At the end of the day, it comes down to detail. Irrelevant of his of height, of build, whatever. It comes down to detail, and the detail he gives us is everything we need to be able to sort of put it into our games, because we're completely different goalies. We do completely different things. We have different techniques for things, but his detail is something that we can both relate to.
Right.
And
if he's making us better goalies, I couldn't care if he was 2 feet.
Exactly.
I mean, he did joke about it himself. You know that when he was a goalie, he was a lot of folk were surprised. You know how small he was as a goalie, but I mean, Andy Gorham was.
That's
wasn't
his
that tall, was he?
He loves speaking about Andy Gorham as well, doesn't he?
I've found out more about Andy Gorham in the last probably 2 months since I've arrived than I've heard my whole life.
God rest his soul. He was only about 5'9", Andy Gorham, but he was fantastic keeper.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
leap. You know.
Yeah,
could leap.
That's it.
Good stuff. Excellent. Right, I wanted to dig into, and without giving all the secrets away, I mean, penalty kicks, free kicks. how do you set up as a goalie? If, I mean, in a game, if you've penalties against you, do you study penalty takers in your league?
Yeah, well, you watch, obviously, like you'll watch games and where they go and stuff. Like, I'm sure, like, obviously, you'll be the same as well. You watch where they went, the last few penalties, if they've scored, if they've missed. It's the same, like, I'm pretty sure most goalies do it because, for example, like, if someone always goes to the left, but they missed the last one to the left, like, are they then going to switch up and go right because they've missed it? It's just stuff like that that you've got. But at the end of the day, like, the stats are one thing. So, for example, like, if you see the stats where the guy always goes that way, sometimes goes that way, but mostly goes that way. Like sometimes on the day, like you might just think you've got a feeling he's going to go that way, and then you go the other way where you're meant to. I might end up saving it. So all the stats and stuff's there for us to read, but at the end of the day, it's our decision in it, really.
Like
when what we do at the time
could be a completely different moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just see things as they are, and
it's certain like penalties, for example. Like, is this player going to hit the same penalty in the game where they're 1-0 up or in the last minute? Like, because I think most players will have like a safety penalty where they go, that's my side. So if it's the 90th minute and they need to score, you're going, right, like he fancies himself outside, so I'm going to go that side and I'm going to go early.
Yeah.
And stuff. So it's just like, it all depends on the time of the game. Obviously, all the details and stuff matter. So yeah, watch as much as we can.
And free kicks, is there a set way you would set up at a free kick, or
I think
in terms of the wall?
I think every goal is different from
everyone's
after
different.
free kicks. Like there's not really like there's not a set thing where you go right. That situation's a 3-man wall. That because it's like depends because you could have 10 people on the pitch. You need an extra body in the box. Sometimes like
areas of the pitch where the free kicks are.
Even sometimes like a shot from like the middle of the goal. See if it's like over 30 yards. Like I sometimes don't even put a wall because I'll just stand here.
Yeah.
If you want to take a shot, you just pick a side. Do you know what I mean? Because
That's
it's like
it. You can set
sometimes
centrally
throws them
then,
off,
and then they've got to beat you. Do you know what I mean?
Because there's a lot of players like speaking to players who take free kicks, have scored free kicks. They sometimes take their line on where they're going to hit the free kick off a player in the wall. So say for example, if you've got a 4-man wall there, the goal's here. Sometimes you're aiming for this man with right foot, so you can aim for him and it'll go over his head. Do you know what I mean? So it's little things you've got to take into.
Of course, nowadays you can't put your own defenders into the wall. Is the way you used to be able to, you know, because that's been outlawed now as well. But
putting your own defenders
into the
opposition.
The opposition.
The
opposition.
They've got to be like a metre away or something.
Got to be a metre away,
which is good because before you just get players lining up next to them and all that.
As long as you got sight of the ball as well, like
I
don't know what you think, but I tend to
100%.
find that it's an age-old shout, but don't get beat keeper's side.
Yeah.
It is a thing, but sometimes when someone's 20 yards out and you've got a wall with Drapes, Jack,
Soapy and that big lads,
big boys, like realistically, is a player going to be able to get the ball up and over the wall from 20 yards
especially
out?
if they're jumping as well.
Exactly. Probably not, unless it's like someone like Messi stepping up and whipping it over the top of the
amount
wall.
of goals that go in, like the goalie's near side. And I just think if obviously like you've just said it, but like if you cover your side, like you're doing your job, and see if the boy beats your biggest men in the wall and he goes over the wall
and hits it in the top corner,
then you just go, you know what, hats off to you. Like I'll put my biggest players now, and if you've done that, then that's fair. But then if it goes through the wall and all that, then it's a different situation.
That's
what
he's
doing.
that gets a bit annoying. Like.
I know.
And when did human draft excluders become a thing in a wall? You know how the player lies along the ground at the feet of other players?
Was that when De
think it
Bruyne
was
rolled one under the wall, didn't he?
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I think it was Euros or like a World Cup late 2010s or something. But I think it's... So we had a situation like that at the weekend, but obviously I would never put a player under the wall. I just don't really believe in it.
I've never seen you guys do it.
I think it's because, see if someone's just outside the box and they could probably lift it, but they could also go low if they jump, because obviously I'd want the wall to jump.
Right, okay.
But if the wall jumps and then they roll it low, that player's to stop them, so the wall can jump. But then if he rolls it low, it's going to hit the boy under the wall.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of people hitting it under the walls now, because traditionally all walls jump. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like sometimes when I'm in the goal now, like the boys will say to me, "Do you want us to jump?" And I'll always say yes.
Yeah, I think something like that. Like
it has to be perfect to go low. Like
at all levels.
Maybe it's just more fashionable at Premier League, because they seem to do it all the time.
That's
where you see
takes
it.
some technique, like a player like De Bruyne doing it.
You're playing on perfect pitches and all that. It's like,
exactly.
It's not easy, but it's
fire
like,
it across the surface because it's got sprinklers. Pitch is wet. It's going to pick up pace as it goes.
Yeah,
and they've got to have some set on them to.
Yeah,
fire it under
to try,
the wall.
Go under the wall.
Pass it under
if I'm a manager and my player tries going low, I'm slaughtering him.
This is maybe probably a hard question to ask, but do you remember or do you still recollect what you consider to be your best save? That one where you said, you know, you popped your chest out. Yes, you know, that was. I mean, you'll have made hundreds, if not thousands, of saves. But I mean, can you remember one that sticks out in your mind?
I don't even know if sometimes it's not.
I don't know. Like I've got a save from youth level, and then I've got a save from top level. When I played top level, I feel like when I was on loan at Peterhead, played Montrose away, and I feel like that was one of my best saves that I made. And it was at a time where it was sort of like a sticky patch we were going through, and then made that save, and it sort of like ignited my like the start of my form at Peterhead, because after that save I sort of felt right, and then we could sort of settle him in. But it was against Michael Garda, and he just sort of like it got laid off the edge of the box and he put it in the far top corner, like I tipped over. But it was like I was really lucky because the way the camera was, it was like pointed this way so you could see it going right in the top corner, and then I tipped it, whereas if it was on the other side you wouldn't really see it as much. Do you know what I mean? So that's always one that sticks in my head anyway. And then at youth level and stuff, I think it's,
I don't know.
Made a penalty save against Rangers in a semi-final of the Scottish Cup, and then we got to the final and got cancelled because COVID. But I always mind I made that penalty save against Rangers, and like I was like the feeling after that was like, do you know what I mean? It was just why you play the game. And it was just like, wow, like against Rangers, obviously, who were the favourites our age to go on and stuff. So when I made that save, it was a bit kind of like, whew.
Aye. Mine was a penalty save, and I think that's the one that's had like the sort of
the biggest impact.
We were 1-0 up, 82nd minute. Hampden and Richmond got a pen. It was the FA Cup last qualifying round to get to the first round. Boy steps up, tries to roll it to my right. That terrible pen.
Great save.
My save, just one of them where full stretch, just held it.
You don't get a terrible
nice and
pen.
clean. And then
because if he does that and you dive the other way, everyone
exactly,
goes well
it's a great
pen.
pen.
That's why.
But 2 minutes later, we went and scored 2-0, and then we got drawn against Charlton at the Valley in the FA Cup. So that was probably the save that had like the biggest impact. But like you say, saves at youth level and that, like saving.
Yeah. Means more because you're a kid and that, and you're playing with your mates. It's like,
big game.
And I suppose the
big saves
nature
in
of the beast,
cups and
being a
that.
goalie, if you make a mistake, quite often it can end up in a goal. So there'll have been moments where you'd want the ground to open up and swallow you.
I had one about
3 weeks ago, Borough Briggs.
I think it was 5 weeks ago, St Johnson. Was that?
St Johnson for you. 3 weeks ago at Borough Briggs for me.
Yeah. Not happy.
Yeah,
Do you know what
listen.
I mean?
Yeah.
It happens,
especially this
that's
time in the
thing.
season. Like, see when you're playing pre-season and all that, like, people that aren't a goalie, they'll never understand. Like, I refuse to believe they'll never understand that, like, you need games to be match sharp. Because before I came here, I hadn't played since November. Obviously, I was full-time Aberdeen, so I was training every day, but training is totally different to a
And
game
that's,
as a goalie.
Like
totally
me,
different.
I played 4 games start of last season, got injured, 5 months out, played 5 games, and that was me till pre-season. So I played 9 games since August last year.
Yeah.
And then when you come in, it's about consistency with goalkeepers. This is the thing. A lot of managers sort of, I don't know whether they maybe understand that so much, unless they're
Very rare.
like if they're a goalie. Do you know what I mean? It is consistency for a goalie. It's hard when you're sort of chopping and changing because you need that run of games.
Yeah.
But listen,
That's where like a goalie coach is so crucial as well, isn't it? Like, obviously, like if you have a manager and stuff that like isn't like whatever, like the manager here is obviously really good and stuff like that. But like if you've like got a goalie, or if you've got a like, I don't know how to word it, but if you've got a manager who's a goalie hater, because
a goalie basher.
yeah, a goalie basher.
What do you get?
Come on, there's plenty
Not
of
very
them.
sympathetic
You
towards
guys
Plenty of
goalies.
them.
Centre backs played a short pass back, but it's your fault. It's your fault. All them ones.
The
But
ones where they turn around and it's everything's the goalie's fault.
goalie.
You hear it all the time.
I know, but then like I think
Hey, you!
Yeah.
Shouts. Oh,
But I think that's where obviously the goalie coach is so crucial because they can be like, right, like he's not played, like this is his first time playing in so long. You gotta let him play and all
because
this.
those managers didn't understand the position really and truly.
that's it.
Well, like, it's hard because I do understand it because obviously their job's on the line in it at the same time. So
yeah,
I
of
like I
course.
don't
Yeah.
understand it. It's like any other job. If you're in like the warehouse, whatever, somebody keeps dropping furniture or something. Do you know what I mean? You're obviously gonna
Really, really good story.
That's a good analogy,
brilliant.
that.
Really good analogy. Tell you what, that's magic.
just keep my head there.
You were sat at home writing that one down the day.
What was I say about that one? Furniture's
Nah,
a
I
good
think
one.
it's hard as well because, like, listen, I like say there's times where you make mistakes where you do want the ground to follow you up, and I said that 3 weeks ago. That happened to me. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. It happens, but it's like sometimes after them sort of mistakes happen, it's like you feel like if you get another game and you just to flush it out,
Yeah.
it's magic. But
That's why I love a midweek game because even if you
straight back from the Saturday
but
into a
like,
Tuesday.
it's so good as well because if you play like really well on a Saturday and you win, you go into Tuesday buzzing. So you go, here's another one, let's go. But then if you don't have a good game Saturday, you go right. Well, I've got a game Tuesday to mend it. But
Yeah.
so when it goes Saturday to Saturday, obviously that's the norm. And like
We can flush it out in training, like after the St Johnson game. Like, listen, we lost the game. Do you know what I mean? I was in goal for 83 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
Conceded the goals we conceded. Tom obviously got sent off, but that Tuesday, I think me and you both came in here and we were just like, we need to flush it out.
Yeah.
Need to flush that full game out of the system.
Yeah.
And we had a really hard session on the Tuesday, and then after that, we were like,
we're fine.
It's done.
Like as soon as you get that sweat on, but like it's hard because you wake up on like the Sunday after a game and you go to the gym or go for a run and get a sweat on or something, but it's not the same, is it? Because like you get a sweat on, it's done for now, but then when you go back to training, you're playing football again, and you go, this is where it happened. Like, this is where that happened playing football.
But that's
and
the thing
as soon as
about,
it's done.
on about Gord
like
with detail.
Yeah.
Like Gord will detail everything. So the moments in the game and the St Johnson game, just for example, there's moments in the game for me where I could maybe do things differently. Obviously for Tom, there's things he could do differently, but Gord details everything, like everything that we could do, and then says, well, why did you do that in that situation? What could you do?
Right. Okay.
And it sounds very basic, but in terms of goalkeeping, not many people would maybe be able to stand there and speak about it.
I know.
Unless they've
And that could
actually
give
played
you a
the
little edge or in a game when it's in your
that's
head.
it. And
That's
then
what
you think
goalkeeping
about
is, isn't
it.
it? It's just like the little things, the little details. Like,
There's
see
little-
the stuff that gets brushed aside. Like, Gord's like someone, like, I feel like you don't meet enough of them where, like, he'll never brush stuff aside. Like, if he thinks there's an issue, he'll try and mend that. Do you know what I mean? Which is what you want, because goalkeepers are all details. Like, if your foot's slightly in the wrong place, like, it means you don't get your full dive and it goes in, whereas your foot's in the right place, you get the full dive, you save it. It's all like, it's
Even
little,
your hands being in the right position.
it's little
like
things.
a lot of goalies don't maybe have the same set position, but Gord will be like sort of guide you into a position where you probably can affect that ball and try and make a save.
Right.
We're totally geeking out over goalkeeping just now, aren't we? I'm
Love
just sitting there
goalies.
thinking,
I want a goalies.
move your feet and all this.
Where's Gord? Get him in here.
Yeah, get him in.
I'll
Get
have
third
to get him
microphone.
on. So it's maybe no surprise that Alan's brought someone in like that to be the goalie coach, because the attention to detail from
Yeah.
Alan and Steph is second
Well,
to
it
none.
can be it can be the difference in like whether you win trophies or not, can't it?
That's
Because
yeah.
if you've got a goalie coach who's just happy to be there and all this, then it's like he's just sort of showing up, doing the job, listening to what the manager says. But Gordon's someone who's like, he takes control.
He has his own,
control of the goalies.
all his own sessions are ready to go.
Right up, yeah.
So we know what we're doing every week before we
100%.
turn up, and then we just go out and do it. And it's
And then even on
good.
Tuesday, sometimes like you'll say on Thursday we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing.
Right.
Oh, wow, he's obviously got that written up already. And you're going,
yeah.
That's brilliant. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
brilliant.
that's good. Right, I did ask you to bring in your gloves, so can you show the fans your gloves, and we'll talk a wee bit about the gloves and what
Mine are,
different
scrappy.
characteristics they've
I got a
got.
pair of training gloves.
Yeah, these are my training ones just now.
Not actually wore them in a game since St Johnstone, I don't think.
Right.
For no reason, just
I had no superstition.
bit.
So did you wear them in the St Johnstone game?
yeah, I wore these the first 2 games that I came here.
So you haven't
Why are we
discarded
saying
them?
St Johnson? I feel like every 2 minutes it's St Johnson, St Johnson. I've worn them in other games.
Right.
But the last game
And
you
what-
wore them in
what
was the
make-
St Johnson game, is it not?
I think it was.
What make of gloves are they then? What make of gloves are
So
they?
they're HT Goalkeeping. It's a Instagram page that
Shout out.
shout out. Yeah, I'll get my thingy. No, they obviously sent me some gloves and stuff, so I tried them out towards the end of last season, and then I continued on this season. But then ended up going back to the Collier gloves, which I use because I
Right.
feel like they're the best gloves. But towards the end of last season, I wasn't playing games and stuff, so I thought be a good time to try a new brand because I've always wore Collier, so I thought it's a good time to try a new brand. And like I did really like them, but like I think it's hard. Like see, once you've got a pair that you've always worn and stuff like the Collier gloves, like I've always worn them, so like why would you change? Do you know what I mean? But like it's good to try other stuff and all that. But Collier ones for me are the
And what about yourself,
Mine are
Tom?
DJ. So DEEJAY.
Yeah.
Shout out. So it's Darren Jameson. He's the Stenny goalie.
Oh, okay.
So he just messaged me in the summer. He started his own glove brand. So that's one of the newer gloves, newer cuts. And to be fair to him, they're magic. The gloves I've wore this season have been brilliant. So nice and comfy, fit really well. And they last a long time as well. Considering we're training on Astro, that's the thing. Like
Aye.
gloves get worn down so much quicker.
I was going to say, how many
These
pairs of
DJs
gloves will
have-
you go through in a season then?
here. It's obviously like
It's mad.
I
Sometimes
actually don't know yet.
you can
I don't
probably
know
go. Sometimes you're up to about 15, 16 pairs.
yeah.
But when you're training every day,
Aye.
when you're full time, you're
Yeah, that's what I
probably
was gonna
going
say.
through
Didn't want to
20
bring it
to
up.
30
and
pairs
stuff,
a season.
yeah,
Do you know
when
what
you're
I
training
mean?
full time, it's obviously much different because you need them every day. Like maybe you're not training
Right enough,
once or
aye.
twice a
But
week.
the
you won't
cost
have
of
the
gloves
on.
is just rocketed in there. So
Is it?
Cost of
so it's
everything.
good to get gloves from boys you know and companies maybe that smaller companies that are
Willing
sort
to
of
help you out
looking to
and
build
stuff,
up
yeah.
and they'll help you out a bit. And like I say, DJs, his have been magic. So I'm going to keep wearing them as long as I can.
Brilliant. Okay. And what advice would you give a young goalie in terms of, starting out? You didn't want to go for top of the range and spend a lot of money to start with, but just a good
For
solid,
goalie gloves.
Yeah, aye, for goalie gloves.
I'd say the Collier ones, like
Yeah, I always wore
They're not too
Rouge when I
bad.
was a kid, but Rouge, I'm not sure if they do still make decent gloves.
Very
but
good
even
gloves, but
old,
it's
and old sport
pricey,
as well.
man.
Old sport was magic, but I think you know what it's like. You see the Nike and like Adidas ones, and you think, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get them. But sometimes they're not the best ones.
I know.
That's why like companies like this might be the route to go as well, because you're not spending as much money, but you're getting just the same glove.
Yeah.
It's just not got the Nike or Adidas badge on it. So
Yeah.
might be a better route to go.
Yeah.
I would say the Collier ones that I use as well. Obviously, like I don't think they're too expensive, and like I've sort of worn them since I was earliest memory at Aberdeen. I think came in the goalie coach had like a discount code, and then since then, like I've been using them. So yeah, I'd say sort of worn them my whole life really. So yeah,
Good stuff. Good stuff. I just want to quickly touch on your early part of careers, because you started off at Plymouth Argyle. You were in the youth there, and obviously you've got picked up by Aberdeen quite early. What was it like in those days? I mean, I know you're 30 now, and it maybe gets a wee bit misty looking back that far.
first dig at being 30.
Cheers, Chris.
But Plymouth, and then I think you were with Truro, and
Aye.
how
So-
was your early career?
Yeah, it was good. I played local football for my town, Tor Point, which is where I was sort of brought up. So played for them, trained with Plymouth sort of right up through my youth, and then went on to the community program at Plymouth. And then I was training with the 18s alongside that, traveling with the 18s on a weekend and playing local football. So I was sort of doubling down. I was playing local football and with them because I hadn't signed anything. And it gave me a bit of freedom to go and play more games. And then, after that, just went and played local football, like the sort of what you'd probably call welfare leagues of Cornwall. And then luckily I knew the physio at Truro and they were looking for a training goalie at the time, and then asked me to go down, went down, and then 2 months later I was playing. That was the January or February, like 2014, 2015 maybe. So no, that would have been before then. I was only 18, so do the math. 2013. Do you know what I mean? So that sort of came out of nowhere, and then that was it. Signed my first deal there, and then we got promoted at the end of that season. Played the last 6 months of that season, and then just kicked on from there. Had a few loan moves from Truro, and then went back there. I was there for 4 or 5 years. Right. Played about 80 or 90 games, and then
you moved up here with family, and you loved it so much you just stayed. And
I was sort of in a bit of a I went on a few trials, nothing worked out. Came up here just to sort of find my head again, and then ended up training with Elgin, and that's it. 8 years later, I'm up here. I've got 2 kids, fiance.
Loves it.
Yeah, living the dream. Love it up here. It's magic. It's home now. So that's it's been nice to settle.
And
up
you just
here.
recently signed a new, was it a 3-year contract?
Middle to back end of last season. So this is my 8th season now. So
testimonial. 2
mad.
years.
It feels mad kicking on to being like one of the more experienced boys. Like I'm like say 10, 30 now, and coming up to like 200 games. I'm one of the more experienced boys, but when I first got here, you had the likes of Soapy's, like the Soapy is the furniture. But then you had boys who, like even like Daryl. Do you know what I mean? Daryl, Coops, they were all here when I first joined, and now it's weird to Sophie's just over 600 games. Coops is here, obviously, but then it's sort of me and Rusty after that. We're and obviously you've got Big Drapes there and so
it's a young squad, isn't it?
When you think about it, it's a young squad.
It was the youngest squad in League 2.
Was it? Yeah.
Statistically,
there's only 4 of us who are. Well, saying that, Soap's 33, Coops is 31 or 32, and I'm 30. Drapes is 29, is he? I think Drake's is 29 plus 7.
What's Coops 31?
Pretty sure.
Is he? Well,
I think Coops is.
So there's only 4 boys over 30. Do you know what I mean? So
mad.
we are a young squad when you look at it. So it's the results last season, like the way we performed last season with such a young squad was magic, and then brilliant. Look at Aiden. What was Aiden when he was here? 18? 19. So
he's now at Wraith Rovers, isn't he?
So young squad, but the boys
and yourself,
do well.
Tom, I mean, we interviewed you recently about your time at Pataudry. You were at Pataudry from the age of 9.
Yeah, I was at Ross County before that. There was like there was a Dingwall side and a Murray sort of side. So I was like in the Murray team, and then ended up just getting picked up one game. I think we were playing against maybe Bucky or something, and ended up getting picked up, and then was at Aberdeen all the way through from under 10s to obviously going full time. When I turned 16, and it was just like see, looking back now, it's all such a blip. Like it went so quick, but it's like it was amazing. Like met so much amazing people, amazing coaches, a lot of it, amazing friends and all this. And then I went full time 16, and I was quite lucky, but unlucky with COVID, because when COVID hit, we were meant to be in like a cup final, and we were top of the league, the under 18s league, and then COVID came and it just like completely shut it down. So we had a cup final against Kilmarnock, it got shut down and all that, and then during COVID, there was a lot of lads getting released, and I was thinking like, whoa, what's going to happen here? And then they asked me to come in and train with the first team, so I was obviously buzzing. And then since then, like I've sort of been involved with the first team, so I think I was only 17, turning 18 anyway when I went in there. And like, to be fair, it was amazing for me. It was really good, but the only thing it didn't allow me to do was play games, obviously, because I was traveling with the first team to all the games and stuff, and I was doing that until I was about 18. Then I had my first loan at 18, which was on loan to Huntley, which was with the manager who's here now. And then season after that was Peterhead, and then Bucky the season after, and then Bonnyrigg last season, and then now we're here. So
back here, hometown team. So.
Yeah, but no, like Aberdeen was amazing. Obviously, so much good experiences and stuff. Like, amazing club. Like, can't speak enough Can't speak highly enough of them. So yeah.
And you got a Scotch Cup winners medal.
Scotch Cup winners medal as well.
Aye.
Yeah, sitting at
Which
home.
you
So
forgot to mention, but
contributed. Not really a lot.
Well, but, you know,
What belly slide. Aye. No,
Brilliant.
I was just keeping morale high. I think that
Right, we're getting close to the end of this episode because I'm conscious the guys I've got training tonight with.
You can miss training.
Gordon.
It's all right.
You can miss it tonight.
It's all right.
Cool.
We'll sit and chat for
Cool.
an hour, 2.5.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to touch on it to go away from football, and I've got some cards here, and I'm not going to play cards, but I thought you're both big in the Elgin City card school and the bust away matches. Tell me a wee bit about. I mean, there's you, Tom, Drapes, Coops, Dill. Who's the
player
big
ever?
Dill, shocker. I don't even know how to play the game, and I'm better. Rusty's in it.
Rusty, he's big in the cards
and
as
then
well.
Rory
Murray
was a
sometimes
big.
dabbles.
Jacko
Jack Murray
started.
sometimes
Heidi got involved.
Heidi was involved. Aye.
Jack,
Boys dipping in and out. Need a bit more consistency.
Rory was huge in the card school before. Obviously, he left.
Aye.
Rory was a really, really big part of the card school. Terrible at the game, but
Loved it.
yeah, he just again morale.
Morale.
Yeah.
Keeps boys winning. So yeah.
And has that always been a thing on the bus? I mean, how far back can you think?
Last couple of years, we used to just get buses with all the seats. So we never had tables.
So you couldn't do it.
So like, you couldn't do it.
Right.
So we started off like we had a table and we were like, we'll get some cards. And then after that, there was no table, so we ended up taking the tactics board on.
I was chucking it behind you.
Laying the tactics board across ice boxes and seats and that.
Very good.
And trying to play on that. And then it's just got, sort of bigger and bigger and more people joining in and that. So yeah, it passes the time. You know what I mean? When you're traveling from up here down the road, you've got 2.5 hours to Perth. So it's just like
it does pass the time.
it really passes the time. You can play a full game of cards from Aviemore and it takes you to sort of nearly at Perth. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And then on the way back up, boys will sort of win, lose or draw. You know what I mean? That journey can be horrible. Look at Stranraer away and places like that. And then first game of the season, do you know what I mean?
Stranraer away is looming large. The first one
next
of the
week,
season.
Long sort of journey. So again, it just keeps boys talking and getting the crack on the bus, and again, just kills the time. But it's magic.
I suppose everybody's different on the bus. Some are quite quiet. Some listen to music. Some take their laptops and do business work and things, and invoicing and whatnot. I think so.
I think Sarge
did a laptop
That's the
recently.
first person I've ever seen.
Take a laptop on the bus for a wee bit of work.
Aye.
Well,
Fair play
he's
to him.
gone self-employed, so
You can't make money. I'm not.
he's got
man's
got
got
his
work.
to-
We're trying to make money in the cards as well. So
Yeah, there's two different types of work.
yeah.
It's good though. It's just boys getting the crack and that. And the thing is, it's sort of brings everyone together, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? When someone gets like a
like,
big card and that, and everyone's like buzzing
even
about
if
it.
like obviously like if you lose, it's obviously not ideal and stuff. And for the first like we were with the bus, everyone's a bit like, but then you go right, we'll play cards. You go, yeah, right, and then you sort of like
loosen up a bit.
It just
and then
takes your mind off.
Boys
it,
will even
and
start
boys get
talking about the game while we're playing. Do you know what I mean?
Just
So
like, you can just it's good. It's a good way of socialising. Good crack as well.
Aye.
You can pick on boys and all that.
You
Pick
can't
on
say
boys.
that. A few different games
Or get
that we
picked
play
on.
as well. There's a few different games we play in R, so it's good.
Yeah, it's all good. It is good. It's good.
It's a really tight squad. I mean, it's a cliche, but it is close squad, isn't it?
100%. Yeah, 100%,
boys get on magic. Like everyone's so close, and
everyone speaks to everyone, really, don't they?
Aye,
Like,
yeah.
it's not like you're in different groups and all that. 'Cause that can
there's no
sometimes happen.
divides and
Yeah.
things like that. It's just, I think everyone's got obviously their own pals and what, but everyone's so together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when we go down there now, we'll probably get an absolute earful.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Oh, goalies,
Goalie friends.
Goalie friends.
Do you know what I mean? But then it'll just be like, shut up. But
It's all crack, innit?
then as soon as we go out, it'll be
Yeah.
good crack and everyone sort of goes to work. So
Yeah.
and that's the thing. You're with these people, like we're together Tuesday, Thursday nights from 6 o'clock onwards, 6 till 9 Tuesday, Thursday nights, and then if we're away on a Saturday, we're together from 9 in the morning till 10 at night.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're not getting on with them people, then
Yeah.
you're in for a tough ride.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Especially
Like,
got Stranraer away. That's a bad
yeah,
one.
you need to be able to enjoy people's company, like, you know. So, and it's just good that everyone gets along, and like obviously Inverness / Nairn boys, we've got our own car school, and then you've got the Elgin boys who get on the bus here. We meet them in Aviemore. Aberdeen boys have got their car schools,
and
so
you've got the Central
you
Belt
build
boys.
relationships that way as well. But together as a squad, everyone's really tight knit, and everyone gets on really well. So
Yep.
And this, I mean, last season was good, making the playoffs. Disappointment to lose to Annan, but that is the target this year to get in that top 4.
To get promoted.
100%, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not just to get in the top 4, it's to get promoted, I think.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you win the league or win the playoffs, getting promoted is the goal.
I know, and sometimes you can look at, obviously, like the starting the league with HUD and go like what they're saying, but like I feel like if you're going to hit a sort of bad period, like right now is probably a good time to do it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't even think we've hit a blip. Like I just think we've just.
Well, look at the
stuff
first
just hasn't
game
been
of the
working
season.
out for us.
Do you know what I mean? First game of the season, we were in the game and done really well. Probably should have been 2 or 3, and then we lose the game late on.
Yeah, I think right now we just need to just finishing games off in it, because like we've been going 1-0 up and stuff. It's just finishing the games off. I think. Then United was the first one that we probably scored, and then we went on to score more. Clyde obviously was a game of 2 halves. Obviously, we had to dig in the first half because they're sort of on a second half.
Just
hoping to get
getting on top of teams when we're on top, you know. And 100%. Clyde, I think. It's a tough place to go. I think that's the last 3 games down there. It's been a 0-0.
I think they've been. I've been at the mall. They've been.
It just shows
our games,
it's a tough place
hard
to go.
games,
but places like that, we want to turn into wins.
Yeah, 100%.
So another home game Saturday, still at home. You hope to keep that momentum going before the aforementioned long trip to Stranraer the week after, and then I think a midweek game at Peterhead. Is it? And the
after Stranraer, it is on
KDM
the Tuesday.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, that's. I know there's been concerns about the number of games, but it's actually proven a good one for you, because it's you've won your 2 games in that, and it's getting you kind of some momentum.
100%, yeah, 100%.
So Stirling's always a tough game. You know, they'll come here Saturday. It is always a tough game against them, so we'll want to just carry on that form. We were decent last Saturday. We kept a clean sheet, so defensively we've done our jobs, keeping a clean sheet, and then Saturday against Cove again, like we say. A decent team coming here, team in the league above. We go and score, could be 2 or 3 by maybe half-time end of the game, but we keep a clean sheet again. So I think if we get ourselves into a position where we know if we keep clean sheets, we're going to score goals and win games, then we're just going to get better and better. So fingers crossed we'll carry that on.
If the boys can't score, we'll do a Rennie Higuita and start taking free kicks and penalties.
Yeah, well, you boys could start staking a claim for the pens and the free kicks.
Sub Tam on for the pens. It's a good pen, boy. I've seen him. Unfortunately, on the other end.
I suppose the danger with goalies taking free kicks and penalties, if you miss it and the ball's still in play, you've got to haul your ass back to the penalty box.
Imagine us sprinting back.
Oh, I'd be so
2 absolute heavies.
Oh my God, good stuff.
Yep.
Right, well, I think the time has come to let you go to training. I know you're saying you could miss it, but I don't want to have the wrath of Gordon if you miss training. So I'm just going to say thanks to Tam, thanks to Tom.
Cheers, Chris.
For tonight.
Cheers, Chris.
And the best of luck on Saturday and the season going forward. And you've been listening to Borough Briggs Beat.